What is up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to Horror Hangout. This is a video that I've been dreading. I've been working on this video for 2 months. The reason it didn't come out before the end of the year is because for about 10 days at the end of December, I lost my voice. And so there was a couple of movies I still wanted to watch, which oddly enough, one of them pops up on this list. So I guess it's good that I waited a little longer, but 2021 was the worst year for horror movies that I can remember personally, for at least my personal enjoyment. For sales and stuff like that, I don't know. But for my personal enjoyment, this last year was terrible. And I'm happy that Scream came out because I was able to go watch Scream. It was a lot of fun. And it was a really good palate cleanser because last year was just disappointment after disappointment. So buckle up because you may not like this list. You may not agree with it. I'm not having fun making this video, so I'm not going to go into each movie and tell you who directed it, how long they were, all that jazz. I'm just going to give you my top 10 horror movies of 2021. And, you know, if you have questions for me about them, throw them in the comments. Because the movies that are on this list, they're on there for a reason. I did really, really like them. I'll talk a little bit about each movie, but not a whole lot. Some of them you'll know a lot about. Some of them you won't hardly know anything about. And, you know, we'll just... you can yell at me in the comments about the ones that are not where they should be according to you. It's a subjective video. You probably won't agree with my list. So let's just start out with number 10. Number 10 would be way higher if it had more horror elements in it, but it's more of a gothic noir movie than it is horror. So I couldn't place it any higher than this, but it had to be on this list. That is Nightmare Alley. Guillermo del Toro did this movie. It's a remake of like a 1950s, I believe, noir movie, and it is beautiful. It is stunning from front to back, top to bottom, man. It is a fantastically put together movie. It's gorgeous. The attention to detail is unrivaled, and it's easily one of my favorite movies of the entire year, horror or otherwise. If you haven't seen Nightmare Alley, go check it out. If you like Del Toro's work, you'll like this. The acting is superb. The music's great. The scenery is just breathtaking. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Number 9 is a movie that initially I absolutely couldn't stand. Hold on, let me scoot over a little bit so I can put these photos up on the screen a little bit better for you. Number 9 is a movie that initially I didn't like. Upon an additional watch and, you know, simmering on it a little bit, I grew to like it a lot more. It is Titan. I think that's how you say it. It's a slasher that morphs into a body horror movie. I don't want to tell you much about it because it'll spoil it. If you haven't gone and seen it yet, go check it out. It's by the same woman that did the movie Raw. If you haven't seen Raw, it's also very good. It's about a girl who's, I think, vegetarian, maybe vegan. Starts having these cravings for meat. Interesting movie. But Titan was one that it took me a while to appreciate, but and it might end up creeping up this list, when it's all said and done. Number 8. This is one of the 3 that I watched after the new year that actually made it on the list, and boy did I enjoy this movie. It's called For the Sake of Vicious. It's a home invasion movie. It's brutal and very violent, and the subject matter is tough. If you can get past this, this is the same vein of I Spit on Your Grave and Last House on the Left. It's not the same movie, but it fits in that category. If you like those movies, go check this one out. You probably like it a lot. Number 7 was Slumber Party Massacre 2021. It's another movie that I had to watch a second time. I didn't understand what I was watching the first time. I was a little distracted. I watched it and I was like, what? They missed the mark with this one. I didn't realize it was satire. The movie is amazing. There's a lot of little things in this movie that if you're not paying a lot of attention, you'll miss it, and you'll be like me and you'll think that it was just a bad movie. That is not the case. It is a great movie. It's one that I want to own. As soon as I get an ability to buy it, I will. But Slumber Party Massacre 2021 was the reboot I did not know that I needed. Go check it out if you haven't seen it, all right? Number 6, Wrong Turn 2021. Movie that came out very early in the year. I think it was even slated for a 2020 release. I'm a big fan of the first Wrong Turn movie. I like the franchise in general. I had no hopes for this movie. I thought it was going to be terrible. I watched it, and by the third act, I was literally like mesmerized. This is such a different movie. It is brutal. The death scenes are amazing. It's kind of sad. It's political without being too in your face with it. It's got some you know 2021 wokeness in it, but it's done really well. If I can say that about a movie, then it is, because I hate politics in my movies, but this one was done the right way. If I tell you much about it, it'll probably ruin the film. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Let me see if that one's streaming anywhere. I think it's on Amazon Prime. As a matter of fact, at the end of this list, I'll go tell you where you can watch these at, okay? Number 5. Number 5 was Antlers. It is a giant monster movie. It is dark, it's bleak, it's scary, and it's got Felicity in it. Shouldn't have to say much else. It's a really dark, bleak movie. If you like those kind of movies and you like monster movies, it's a Wendigo movie. It's got a little bit of Native American lore in it. It's really quite good. It is a brutal flick, though. I really enjoyed that one. I waited a long time for that, so I was really worried it wasn't going to be that good. And it was awesome. I really enjoyed it a lot. Number 4, it was an anthology series that I didn't really care for. I wasn't that interested in it. I don't even know that I saw the first couple of them. I just wasn't. It didn't grab me. I owned them. They were still in shrink wrap. VHS 94. That's number 4 of this year for the top 10. Coming in at number 4 is an anthology movie that, man, like I said, the 90s are back, dude. VHS 94 has this amazing Japanese body horror sequence in the middle, and like the third or fourth little, short film. I didn't recall liking these as much as this one. I went back and rewatched them, and then I realized that I don't know that I had ever actually seen the first couple of them. I'm kind of picky with anthologies because I really like anthology as a genre, or subgenre, anthology horror. These kind of came and went under my radar, I guess. I don't know, man. I felt kind of dumb after watching this one because I really liked it a lot. But VHS 94 was amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Now we're at the big dogs, man. We're at number 3, 2, 1. Okay. Before I tell you the top 3, I've got 2 honorable mentions. I'll just tell you what they are real quick. And one of them is Jacob's Wife. I like Barbara Crampton a lot, and that was just a good, fun vampire flick. The music was good. I think she's still beautiful at the day she's at now. Jacob's Wife, man, good movie. Had a good time watching it. And then the other one's Slacks. I wanted to fit Slacks in the top 10. I just couldn't get it there. I really did think it was a funny movie. It was a good horror movie. I like wonky, weird, wacky stuff, and it fit right in. Slacks was awesome. Number 3, these top 3 were really hard for me to place. Number 3 is Last Night in Soho. That movie was so pretty. Excuse me, it's Edgar Wright, isn't it? My brain is just not firing on all cylinders tonight. It's beautiful. The acting in it is awesome. The casting was great. The story is cool. It's actually a cool, sexy, looking movie. It's a noir horror ghost story, and that's exactly the kind of stuff I like. I was very excited to watch this movie. When I watched it in the theaters, I went and watched it again very quick after I watched it the first time. I was back in the theater watching it a second time. Really, really good movie. Number 2, Werewolves Within. Shout out to Josh Rubin. Dude is amazing. He's got a forever fan with me. The only reason it didn't make my number 1 is because what my number 1 is, okay? Werewolves Within is awesome. It's a low-budget, small-town whodunit horror movie with werewolves, directed by one of the coolest dudes in Hollywood today, man. I don't even know if I'd call him in Hollywood. One of the coolest directors out there, man. Josh Rubin is an awesome dude. He also did Scare Me. It's exclusively on Shudder. Go check it out if you want. It's awesome. That guy did my podcast with me 2 different times, man. That guy is just one of the most down-to-earth, nice guys, and it made me go in there knowing that I was going to get a quality movie just because I know how much he cares about this stuff. So, Josh Rubin, if you ever see this, my friend, thank you for your time. I hope you get to make Darkman. That's what me and my buddies are watching this week for the podcast. So if you get around to watching it, we're gonna watch Darkman and talk about it. But anyways, dude, thank you for your time, my friend. Josh Rubin, guys, go support this dude. He's a cool guy. But the number 1 horror movie in 2021 for your boy here. PG Psycho Gore, man. Don't at me. I'll die on this hill. That movie is badass. This is a subjective list. You don't have to agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. You're wrong. No, I'm playing. I love that movie. It was so good. There's a lot of movies that are missing from my list that you're probably wondering why. If you watch the channel much, you'll understand why. And if you like those movies, cool, man. It's all good. To each their own, man. I'm not hating. I just didn't care for them. But yeah, so I'll go over the list real quick one more time. Number 10, Nightmare Alley. Number 9, Titan. Number 8, For the Sake of Vicious. Number 7, Slumber Party Massacre 2021. Number 6, Wrong Turn 2021. Number 5, Antlers. Number 4, VHS 94. Number 3, Last Night in Soho. Number 2, Werewolves Within. Number 1, Psycho Goreman. That's my top 10 horror movies of 2021. Thanks for hanging out. If you need to find out where any of these movies are streaming or anything, let me know in the comments. I'll find out where they're streaming for you. If you are interested, there's an app called Just Watch. It's got like a yellow triangle play button looking situation. It's free. You just tell it what streaming services you have, and then you can look up movies and it'll tell you what's what. Go check that out, or if you need my help, I'll help you find out where these are streaming. Go support these movies. Go watch these movies. Yeah. Let me know the list in the comments. Let me know your top 10 list. I'm sure you guys are going to be screaming and yelling about Halloween Kills not being on here, but I hated that movie. Malignant, no good. The Conjuring, no good. Lots of bad movies this year, man. Candyman, but whatever, man. As you can see on my list here, there's 10 awesome movies that exist that came out in 2021. And I'll just rewatch those bad boys. I love you guys, man, even if you don't agree with me. Because that's what this is all about. Talking, conversation. Convince me, man. Also, tell me some stuff I didn't get to watch. I didn't get to watch Mad God. And I didn't get to watch History of the Occult. Those I really wanted to get watched. I just didn't have time. I couldn't find Mad God anywhere. But if you know where Mad God's playing, I can watch that. Let me know, man. Anyways, look, I had a good time. I got to go, though, because it's Friday. I got to go to the theater. What are we watching tonight? Tonight we are watching, man, Scream was so good. Horror of Dracula is what we're watching tonight. So let's go. Y'all have a great day, everybody. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.